You already know what time it is, man. The young goat in the building. Make sure you tune in to True Hill Heat Podcast.
Oye, te habla tío Sabio Vega. This is Sabio Vega and you watching True Hill Heat a mi manera o pa' la calle.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for another edition of the most honest, most unfiltered AEW Dynamite review on wrestling YouTube. That's right, it's time for AEWramble, excuse me. I said the old name. AEWramble number 55, The Mistake by the Lake. We're going to find out why. I am here with the man of 45,500 subscribers, the man you go to for your TV and movie reviews, the man you go to for your honest criticisms of Tony Antoine Khan. He is Jimmy Macram.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. That's Cash's title. I was working my brain off to try to find out something clever, like, the Tremor by the Ocean, or like Niggers by the River, something clever like that, but I could not come up with anything. And Cash out the blue. Mistake by the Lake. Brilliant.
But why?
Oh,
We'll get to it.
It's nothing but mistakes by the lake until the main event. Don't worry, we'll fucking get to it, goddammit.
Hey, I told you once, I'll tell you again. If it works for WWE, it works for AEW. A good beginning and a good ending usually equates to a good show.
I was wondering if you were gonna keep that same energy, because I asked you about SummerSlam, you were like, it was all right. The opening match was great, main event was great, but then here we go. Now this is the great card.
It's some shit in the middle you got to get through, but as long as the bread is top notch. The bread is top notch. Sometimes it don't matter about the tuna salad in between it. We got a bunch of people in our live chat. Thank you, as always, for joining us on AEWramble, one of our favorite shows to do during the week. Remember to show your appreciation like we appreciate yours by dropping the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. And of course, if you want to have your thoughts read on screen, we got Dan Snide here with us, one of our Patreon backers. We got Annika already questioning what was the mistake. We got Fifth Generation Carney, another one of our Patreon backers, who was at the show last night at Quake by the Lake. The last time they were in Minnesota, I got to meet Fifth Generation Carney, so shout outs to him. So if you want your thoughts read out on the screen, remember the best way to do that is with a super chat donation. Any $1 amount, it matters, it counts, and we will read your thoughts on screen. And of course, it shows your appreciation for our channel. We are self-funded. It helps out all the contributors on the channel and makes us be able to make more videos just like this. We got CM saying, was the CM Punk thing always there? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. We got Chase Oliver saying no work meeting, so which means I can enjoy this live. We hope you do enjoy this, and of course, I'll have the disclaimer button on the ready for how Jimmy is starting off this show. We got Ace who says, "What's up, everyone? How is y'all Thursday afternoon? How are you doing this Thursday afternoon, Jimmy?"
I'm fucking exhausted. My schedule is
really
you don't know. I sleep from like 8 in the morning till whenever I actually have to get up. Today it's 1 o'clock, so I'm up.
I know you were up at like 12:59. I appreciate you for doing that. I appreciate you. We got Annika who says, "Well, Quake by the Lake was a mistake in the title."
Oh, it damn sure was. What an awful fucking title that is. It's fucking horrific.
We also got CM who already was in the Discord chat saying that we got high quality shots of Jade, therefore great show. Says,
what do you mean?
Hey, if Jade Cargo got a wedgie and they focus in on that, that's a good show.
Oh, I thought that was a leak or something. I would say that's fucked up, but it's in the link.
Fantastic World, see, I'm not gonna give you for that. Fantastic World says, "What's up, SP3, Jimmy, and chat?" We got the Stat King here with us saying, "What's going on, guys? The God is back." You know, Chicago own Stat King is very happy about last night's AEW Dynamite. Ninja Mortis saying, "What's up, Ramblers? What's up to everybody? Keep
that is
those
a great
comments
name
coming."
For CM Punk. He should actually go by that. I think the God. He doesn't really exist in that form himself much more anymore. CM Punk is gone
already starting off on a high. You never cease to amaze
I'm
me.
cranky. I'm on one today, goddammit.
Why are you cranky? You just woke up.
I'm more tired than usual.
And get some resting. I got 2 kids. How do I get more sleep than you?
Because you have responsibilities. I'm accountable to nobody except myself.
To run that has way more subscribers than us. I wish more of your subscribers were wrestling fans, and we would have maybe close to the amount of subscribers that you. No, we still wouldn't, but we would have close to the amount of subscribers that you.
Did you lose any yesterday? By the way, I lost like 30 randomly. I think it was a YouTube glitch.
Oh wow. Maybe it was something you said. I don't know. You say a lot of things.
I do my best. I do my best to drive people away.
I don't understand how we got here, but I'm here for it. But like I said, let us know in the live chat what you thought about AEW Dynamite. Quake by the Lake already showing pictures. I botched that one. One of my favorite pictures here. See, I'm already botching. This is off. We're off to a great start already here. But yes, let us know what you thought about the August 10th, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite, Quake by the Lake in the live chat. If you're watching us on demand, let us know in the comments down below what you thought about the show. Of course, at the end, we're going to give our MVP, LVP, match of the night, all that good stuff to end the show. But of course, let's get into the show, Jimmy, because it was AEW Dynamite, Quake by the Lake from August 10th, 2022 from Minneapolis, Minnesota, the site of last year's Full Gear. I was there live for last year's Full Gear. It was a great crowd then. What did you think about the crowd last night?
That they were really good. Really good, actually. I was pleased.
See, there you go. 5th generation Carney, Rob Wilkins, all the good folks in Minneapolis. They did a good job in Jimmy's book. So we're off to a good start there. What?
A lot of people from Minneapolis. I guess there's nothing to do up there. You might as well watch some motherfuckers yell about wrestling. Feel free.
I mean, they traded all their draft picks for Rudy Gobert. I mean,
still somehow a better GM than Tony Khan. How do you do that?
Okay. I mean, all I know about the Jacksonville Jaguars is they very well run. But let's get into
it. That's his dad's thing. His dad's an idiot, and he passed it down to his other dummy. Not sure about your daughter. Hopefully your daughter
has 30 experience though. We here to start off the show, the lovely voice of Jim Ross. So we're gonna get him for the full 2 hours on this edition, and we start off things with the coffin match. Brody King makes his entrance to the in the darkness. When the lights flicker on, Darby Allin is already in the ring with a tack-covered skateboard. He smacks Brody across the back a few times as the bell rings. Darby grabs the skateboard and presses it against Brody's forehead, and he is busted wide open like a stuffed fucking pig. It was kind of uncomfortable to watch at times. Darby swings the skateboard. He misses, hits the ring post on the outside. He turns right into Brody, who hits a huge right hand to the face. Then we get Brody sends Darby flying over a table. Then he hits the skateboard and steps on it to break it. At one point, you could see that Brody is busted open big time. He is just dripping at this point. Darby drags at one point. Darby gets the advantage. He hits a big code red off the top rope. He looks like he's about to drag the almost lifeless body of Brody over to the coffin, and boy, his body is still dripping. He lifts Darby and sends him into the barricade, then chops the shit out of Darby, and the blood smatters all over his chest. Brody grabs Darby, sends him into the barricade again, back first. Brody wipes his face, then sends Darby into the crowd. Back from break, we get Darby is laid out on a table, and Brody goes to the apron, to the second rope. He dives off the top, but Darby is able to roll out of the way, and Brody crashes and burns into it. Darby is in the ring with a table. He looks for a suicide dive, but the lights go out. Out come the House of Black. They are standing in front of him, and even the returning Buddy Matthews. He hasn't been here in a few weeks. He's back. They're standing in front of Brody King to protect him. Darby still goes for the tope suicida, but Julia Hart is on the other side and trips up Darby. Matthews runs in. He hits Murphy's Law on Darby. Black walks over and leans over Darby. Hart is on the apron, and Matthews sets up the table in the corner. Black holds Darby up against the table, and Brody barks, and then he rushes into a cannonball, crushing Darby through the table. We get "We Want Sting" chants. Brody is not eager to get up, but he leaves the ring and he opens the coffin, and of course, it's Sting! Sting is in the fucking coffin. He's kind of bad. He clocked Murphy with it. Matthews, excuse me. One to the face, one to the gut. His face paint depicts that he got the miss to the eye, which I thought was a nice little touch. Sting enters the ring. He passes a bat to a seated Malachi Black after taking out Brody. Black looks to take a swing, but stares Sting down instead. And then Black drops the bat and he walks out of the ring, staring Sting down the entire time. Black whispers something to Brody on the outside and heads the ramp. Sting drops to the outside and follows Black up the ramp. Darby hits a sick tope suicida from the outside. Then Sting and Black are face to face on the ramp. While that's going on, Brody and Darby are still fighting. Brody sends Darby into the corner of the barricade. He then body slams Darby onto the steel steps. Brody calls for the end. He walks up the steps with Darby on his shoulders. Darby holds the ropes and elbows his way out. Darby then grabs Brody's chain. He wraps it around his fist. He swings back to Brody's face, and then Darby chokes Brody up with the chain in some poetic justice, in the same way this feud started in the Royal Rumble with Darby getting choked out in a similar fashion by Brody. And now Darby has it. He chokes the life out of Brody, and in a great finish, Brody falls off the apron into the coffin. The coffin closes without anyone touching it. This was on point. If this was planned, this was a well laid out plan and a great finish to the match. Darby remains undefeated in coffin matches. This was a great opener, had an electric crowd to it. All the other people getting involved added a lot to it, and it tells me that although the Darby Brody portion of this feud may be over after this, we might get some more with Sting and Darby versus the House of Black, which I'm looking forward to. What did you think, Jimmy?
Spoiler alert, match of the night. Fuck whatever else you're talking about, not interested. This was the match of the night. I loved every minute of it. Listen, if I could pay all these fucking goofy ass events they have, I would pay $50 to watch Brody King toss Darby around for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Fuck it. It is my favorite thing. I don't know if it's because they're together or
this might be Darby's greatest opponent.
Yes,
like, that's
easily.
I'm
no discussion. It's over. It's over. It's so good. And he bumps so well. And I've seen a couple times where he kind of went further than he needed to. And that bump over the ringside table was shot. I watched it 2 or 3 times. I went, what the fuck was that? I'm here for all of this. Match was great. They worked great for each other. I'm a little annoyed about the finish, but you know what? It's Darby's match. Fuck it. Give it to him. I'll take it. Brody will be fine. They'll be in a trios tournament. Jobbing to the Young Bucks or whatever the fuck. Ugh. But where they going? Oh, match aside, the finish, by the way. Finish was splendid, and Brody made it look great. That hanging up the apron as you get choked the fuck out. I'm sure Pizza Hut, whoever the goofy ass sponsors, weren't pleased, but I was pleased. I didn't give a fuck. That was amazing. And I know Sting is 87 years old, but I'm kind of here for him and Malachi Black too. I want to see that.
Yo, they keep building this up. I thought we were leading to a tag match, but I honestly, at this point, I want to see Malachi versus Sting. I just want to see that. I'm here for it.
Just give me that.
And especially because has Sting had a singles match?
Shit.
Like I'm really like racking my brain to try to remember if Sting has had a singles match in AEW yet. Let me know. Yeah, I might be wrong, but let me know in the live chat if you remember Sting having a singles match, because I don't. So if this is what we're building to, his first singles match with Malachi,
and he's so weird, you could probably do a fucking one of those goofy ass MMA matches if you had to. I'm here for it either way. Fuck it. I know Sting will probably go over and I'll be very sad, but fuck it. Fuck it.
We got Annika who says, I want Sting versus Malachi so much. CHK needs another cameraman. Wanted to see their stare down on the ramp. Yeah, they should have went split screen at that point. I was so captivated by it.
I'm the only one who was not concerned about that. Cash had the same complaint afterwards. And I was like, first of all, they have a stare down in the ring. Malachi leaves. Sting chases him up the ramp. They have another stare down. Now, listen, the only thing that could have happened is Malachi walked away again. You can watch Sting chase him up again. Either throw your hands or get the fuck out of my face.
He's like, throw these hands or get the fuck out of here. Everybody seems to have enjoyed this match. Good match, great finish, says Ninja Mortis. Simon Sammy Joe says, same. Jimmy on point. Annika says, yes, Jimmy.
Thank you. We're gonna get so much
Ninja
love.
Mortis.
We about to throw this shit in the fucking garbage.
We got Ninja Mortis says, I don't know about match of the night, but it was a banger. Stat King saying Sting has not had a singles match in AEW. Yeah, I was like, I don't think he's had a one-on-one match. I knew that one, Fifth Generation, that he had the handicap match. So I know he's done a match on his own, but I don't know if he's gone one-on-one with anyone. So I'd be down for it. This is what we've been building to. This seems like the person to do it with, because this is the closest thing Sting will ever get to his dream match of Undertaker. This is the closest thing.
I gotta listen. Malachi Black, he's maybe underrated as a gimmick, because whenever he's face to face with Sting, it feels like, I don't want to say a dream match, but whatever right under that is, and based on his record, he doesn't deserve it. But I'm just here for it. I need it.
I'm here for it. Yes. Fifth Generation saying this match was great live. The crowd was hot. This crowd, like Jimmy said at the beginning, this crowd was awesome. But this match, they took it to another level. I really enjoyed this match. This might have been, and I hate to say it, I think it was slightly better than the Ethan Page Darby match as the best coffin match AEW has put on.
Yeah,
that match had I can't even say. I was about to say that match had the better finish with Darby doing the coffin drop into the coffin. But this finish, I'm sorry, this finish was so amazing,
The story,
how they did it.
Great. That blood on his fucking face, the way he went limp, and I bought it. Holy God, it was great. And the coffin,
and this was
on its own.
And this was believable, because a lot of Darby's wins, he just like makes his comeback. It's like kind of like Cena, where he takes a lot of damage and then he makes a comeback and then he just miraculously wins. No, this one, Brody took a lot a lot of damage. The thumbtack skateboard to the head, that was just like, oh my God, this guy is losing a lot of blood in this match.
Ace, you're out of your fucking mind.
What?
You're out of your fucking
We'll get to that. I'll highlight the comment. We got a super chat donation though to get to. We got Kid Get Money who says, thank you, Shrew Hill Heat, for bringing more coverage to the Jags than ESPN. You're welcome.
I'm not sure how much ESPN covers them, but they already covered them too much if they covered them at all. I will never give the Jets for not getting Trevor Lawrence. All you gotta do is lose. You're great at losing, and then you decide to win some fucking games. It's fucking atrocious.
Thank you so much for the super chat donation, Kid Get Money. And check out THH Sports, True Hill Heat Sports, where we're probably going to be doing a preview of the Jags. I think we already did, but check it out. It's up on demand. We did a preview of the Jags division.
They won't be talking about the Lakers title chances. I'm sorry. I enjoyed this downfall.
Hey, all I know is that Anthony Davis, top 5 in MVP because they run the offense through him. Top 5. I'm telling you. I've been saying this for months.
They swear he's
young.
They swear he's young.
Yes, Stat King. Stat King, I do agree. CM Macram. Cranky Band Macram.
Hilarious.
Yeah, no, Will Chisholm. I think we could debate about Darby and Ethan versus Brody and Darby for the best coffin match, but the worst one was Darby and Andrade. I'm sorry. It was a good match. Come on. It was fine, but it wasn't as good as these two. Just saying. Yes, I did say fuck the Andrade coffin match pretty much. All right, but next up we got one of our favorite segments always every single week on the show, Jimmy. Jon Moxley cutting a promo. Jon Moxley has some stuff to say about interim. He says, how about we call his belt the FYI belt? This title was forged in Cincinnati. And just like the famed Heart Dungeon, the title is about pain and how much you can endure. For over 2 decades, we've watched the last survivor, the Lionheart, and watched his fighting spirit on full display. Tonight, he'll test it. He says, either your fighting spirit will break or your body will first. Every week he drops these bars. I'm like, bars.
He's got to have like a book of these, like a little journal where he fucking scribbled all his evil thoughts into it and then crafts them into a promo. I'm here for it. Jon Moxley is the best babyface promo. Jesus. I don't want to go since The Rock, but I can't think of anybody else at the top of my fucking head.
I'm honestly gonna put him in the top 5 all time. You could put it however ranking you want, but Austin, Rock, Dusty, Moxley, Cena's in there. Cena, I would say Cena's pretty good. Cena got really good towards the end, towards the last like 4 years he was active. He was on the money with his babyface promo.
I love last 4 years he was active.
Yeah, I mean, the 10 years before that, we're not going to talk about.
A long ass time.
Hey, when he was rapping, he was good. But I'm just saying, when he got into the JBL is poo and all that stuff, got really bad.
I think you're right, though. I can't think of anybody else I'd put in that conversation. Yeah. Oh, Eddie. Yes.
Oh, Eddie Kingston. Yeah, Eddie Kingston is up there. Yes. Eddie Kingston is just one of the most realist promos of all time. I just love it. But next up, we got more. This is something we always ask for. Hype up the main event. And we got it early on this one because we have back-to-back promos. We return from break, and Chris Jericho has his own promo time. He says he will take back what is rightfully is his. He will beat John. He wants to face the Lionheart, the last survivor of Stu Hart's dungeon. Be careful what you wish for. Jericho says he will stretch the shit out of Moxley. Tonight, he was the first AEW World Champion, and tonight he will be the next. Love the look by Jericho. He looked like 10 years younger without no facial hair.
Dyed that hair, shaved his face. Look good.
And then we got Excalibur on commentary, hyping up the Trios Championship tournament with the reveal of the bracket. We see the bracket here. It will be United Empires, Will Ospreay and Aussie Open versus Death Triangle Pack and the Lucha Bros. We're getting House of Black versus the Dark Order, the Trust Busters versus the Best Friends. And they announced for next week the first match of the tournament will be Andrade El Idolo, Rush, and Rush's brother Dragon Lee making his AEW debut versus the Young Bucks and their mystery partner. And we'll get to this, but what do you think about the bracket overall, Jimmy? All I will say is, what the fuck is everybody else doing that the Trust Busters made this goddamn bracket?
If the Trust Busters are in your tournament, you probably shouldn't have a tournament. I will say I had the Young Bucks and partner versus House of Black originally, but then I saw the finish of the show all the way through, rather, where we know who that partner is not. So now I've got the Young Bucks versus the Dark Order, obviously.
I'm thinking we're getting the return we've been looking for as far as we're with the Young Bucks partner, and I think based on what we're going to talk about with their segment, Dark Order is going to have at least 2 people get injured, and Hangman is going to have to step in.
Jesus fucking Christ! Stop it.
2 people getting injured, Hangman step in. I'm here for it. But next up, we had another action-packed matchup as it was the Lucha Bros versus La Faction Ingobernables, Andrade El Idolo, and Rush in a tornado tag team matchup. The match starts off hot with LFI attacking Penta and Phoenix at the bell. Phoenix hits back-to-back tope suicidas on Rush and Andrade. Penta then hits Made in Penta on Rush for 2. The Lucha Bros set up for the double stomp Fear Factor, but Andrade catches Phoenix coming off of the top ropes with a drop kick. Andrade and Rush hit stereo tope con hilos on the Lucha Bros on the floor. The finish sees them basically tie up Penta to the second rope from his mask ties, double knotted, by the way, commentary pointed that out, and they start to double team on Phoenix. Rush hits a crossed arm power driver, looks like he's about to get the victory, so Penta has to leap out of his goddamn mask and make the save. At this point, he's covering his face, but we can see that his face is all painted up. Alex Abrahantes tries to throw in a spare mask into him, but Andrade says, nah, fuck all this shit, throws the mask into the crowd. The crowd tries to tell the person in the crowd to throw the mask back, and this guy's like, nah, I'm about to make some money off of this goddamn mask. Fuck him. He can cover his face. And LFI throws Penta to the outside. They double team Phoenix. Rush hits the bull's horns, and then Andrade follows up with the hammerlock DDT for the win. Really fun type of chaotic tornado tag team matchup. I thought it was a lot of fun with LFI getting their first big win as a team. What did you think?
I thought the match was really good. Really good, strong. I thought the match was really fun. And it worked, especially when the Lucha Bros don't have to tag in and out. Because Lord knows they forget to do that. I'm just over Andrade versus these people. I'm sorry. I just am. I've been over it for a while. And it was kind of a mess. And Ace is out of his fucking mind. This is not even kind of in the conversation for match tonight. There's only 2 acceptable answers for that fucking question, and this ain't one of them. Knock it off. I did like the finish though. Finish was fun.
Yes, finish was fun, even though the mask seemed to be the Achilles heel, the kryptonite of the Lucha Bros. Anytime they lose their mask, they seem to lose the match.
I think they're kind of listen, I know it's a Lucha spot. We've all seen it for the last fucking years. But at some point, if it keeps happening, shouldn't something be done about it? Maybe 2 masks, maybe fucking tape around your masks, maybe don't wear a mask. Something needs to be done.
Rey Mysterio taught y'all years ago, wear the double mask.
Double mask.
At this point, that's what you got to do. I love 5th Generation Cardi saying they have 30 trios teams, and these are the 8 they pick. I know I'm okay with 7 out of 8 of these picks. I'm sorry.
Who's they? Tony Khan changes pronouns. Who the fuck is they? You out of your fucking mind?
Hey, yeah, I don't mess with pronouns, sir. You don't know if he did or not. I don't know. I don't know. Ninja Briss is here for LFI and Lucha Bros. I thought it was a fun match. I did get what Fifth Generation Carney is saying. This match was fucking wild. These guys fought like they hated each other. I just wish that we would have got a match before this, like a regular tag team match to lead into the tornado match. This shouldn't have been the first match. It should have been the second match, but AEW tends to not do a lot of rematches, so I can understand why they just said, fuck it, let's get it out the way.
AEW doesn't tend to do a lot of things that make sense. Fuck it. I've heard Raw's been great. I may switch brands.
Will you stop?
I'm being serious, that goddamn it. I saw the end of Raw. Like, people wondering what I actually like. That nonsense they did at the end of Raw, that's my aesthetic. That shit I wanted to see.
I did like it. I was here for it, even though it was Dexter Loomis. I was here for it.
What's his gift, by the way? I read that he was a stalker in TNA, and I went, he has the face to be a fucking stalker. It's just perfect.
Yeah. He was a stalker in TNA, a mass murderer in NXT. Like,
yes,
not even a mass murderer, just a murderer, basically. Frantic World says Penta is going to have a mass versus mass match at AAA Triple Mania, so he might not have one the next time we see him. I think he's going to win. I don't think he's going to lose this match. That's his whole gimmick. So
true.
I think it's fair enough that he's going to have to win that one. Yes, we got Annika who says that nonsense was awesome. So
right,
it's fair enough. And yes, I had to highlight Ace's comment here. Rush and Andrade versus Lucha Bros. Also, Mox versus Jericho was matches of the night. So
how can you watch?
Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
No, they're not. We're not gonna. Everybody's entitled to. You know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but everybody's not entitled to have their opinion respected. That is a not respectable opinion. You can't watch Brody and Darby, then watch that tag match that was a fucking mess. Penta and Rush not selling for each other, and then go, you know what, that match is better. On what planet does that happen? No, I have an opinion. My opinion is Yao Ming is the greatest player of all time. Oh, it's my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. No, you're not. You aren't. Go away.
I think the issue with this matchup mostly was that three of the guys are used to this type of lucha tag team match, and Rush was not. Rush was the odd man out, where he didn't seem like he was in the right spot always. Like, I think Andrade is just well versed in any type of matchup, especially Lucha Libre type of matchups. And we know the Lucha Bros love this type of match, but Rush was kind of the odd man out in here.
That's a fair point. I just thought maybe he was. I've heard reports he's kind of a cunt. I'm just thinking maybe he was in one of his moods. I get moved.
Hey, he wasn't in there with Jon Moxley. I mean, that's still his best match that I've seen him. Jon Moxley and his brother was his two best matches, and that happened in a week. Backstage, we got the Young Bucks with Brandon Cutler. They go into the locker room of Hangman Adam Page and the Dark Order. They approach Hangman and thank him for helping them out last week. Matt Jackson apologizes for everything that they've been through, talking about everything that's happened in the past 2 years with the Young Bucks and Hangman Adam Page. He says the world has seen how they've treated Hangman, and if they could take it all back, they would. Matt has been reminiscing a lot. His favorite time of his career was when they were all together doing this thing, building a revolution that became AEW. Everything got weird. We don't know if it was the money, TV time, fame. Matt got weird and selfish, and he's sorry. He means it. He says this building, this is here where Page won the title, and Matt was so far away from him, couldn't even get the courage to congratulate him. They were so proud. He really wishes he enjoyed the journey more than the destination. Now he doesn't know what he is. Maybe he is a bad person, arrogant. Maybe we are right. But he knows that when they are around Hangman, he brings out the good in them. So he wants to act. Will he be their partner one last time? And Hangman Adam Page surprised the hell out of me here and says Hangman knew this would happen. He would love to. He just can't. He can't. He knows what he said, how proud he was. He didn't congratulate Page, but the Dark Order did. They were there for him. The tournament, this is Dark Order's chance. They are the trio. He will be in their corner. He's not in the contest. He's not in the tournament whatsoever. He says if the Young Bucks will have a partner, it should be someone who never turned their back on the Young Bucks. I hear the battle cry. The Bucks walk out of the locker room, and Cutler asks them if Paige was talking about him. And Matt says, "Cut the camera off, Brandon." What did you think about this?
What did you think?
I loved it. I loved it. I loved every minute of it because it makes sense. I love it. This thing all started with Hangman Adam Page asking the Young Bucks if they will be in his corner for his AEW World Championship matchup at All Out 2019 against Chris Jericho, and they turned him down because they were too busy, going after the Lucha Bros, ending their rivalry with them, too busy with what was going on with Kenny. And now we come back 3 years later, and the Hangman turns down the Young Bucks and says he's going to be in the Dark Order's corner because he's an actual good friend, unlike the Young Bucks. Great storytelling. Long-term booking.
That makes it pertinent. That doesn't make it good. I very rarely regret fucking anything I say ever about anybody on screen, off screen. But I will admit, this segment did have me regretting the last, how long have we been doing this? 3 years. Because I felt like I've gone a little too hard on Matt Jackson. So now it's kind of like Boy Who Cried Wolf. So now when I'm actually pissed, like now when I'm really pissed, having to sit down for 3 minutes to watch this fucking nonsense, I feel like nobody's going to take it seriously because I've been doing it for 3 years. That's you know what I mean? Like I can't, but listen, let's do the good first. You're right. Booking wise, made sense. I'm here for it. What was said, fine. The fact that fucking Matt Jackson is soliloquizing in front of 8 other people, fuck it. While we all stand around waiting for you to finish waxing poetically, fine. But this was fucking horrific. You know what Cash said when the fucking tag match was going on and they were and with some sloppy spots? He was like, "How many people turn the channel?" I know he's turning the channel during a Ray Phoenix match ever. You sat down and watched it, you're gonna watch it. But during this, I wanted to change the goddamn channel. I said, "What the fuck is this? Where's the editor at? Why is this not cut in half? How are we hearing all this right now? Why am I getting three different segments in this fucking match? We get the fucking thank you. We get the fucking backstory for some fucked up reason. Why? And we get a fucking apology.
Because you always say it only happens on BTE. So
give
they
me
had
a
to
video
do it
package. Split this up into 2 different segments. I don't need all this at once. Good Lord. What a fucking bore. Oh, aren't you fucking cute? All right, you dolt. Shut up. Makes me sick.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
That wasn't even mad at him. I was mad at Matt Jackson. I was...
Fair. That's fair.
I'm saying, let me be nice, because that's what people want. You people want very nice. Let's be nice. Fucking, if this segment was cut in half, I thought it'd be really good. How's that? Is that good? Is that okay?
I love stacking with another stat. Jimmy last week said that going forward, he was
that
gonna
me?
be nicer.
I don't remember that.
Oh, that aged well. That aged
Thank you,
real
Attica.
well.
Thank you.
She's like, she said she agrees with you. So
Everybody should agree with me. If you fucking have common sense, you can't watch that man talk for 3 minutes and go,
no, I was fine with it. I
he
loved
was-
every minute of it.
brilliant.
I was emotionally invested.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. If my mom talked to me for 3 minutes, and I listen because I'm emotionally invested. I love my mom. Please tell me what you have to say. But mom, if you give me the Cliff Notes version, please. I have shit to do. I love you, mom, but get to the point.
The people remember. The people remember, Jimmy. Just remember that.
Just good Lord. Yeah, this motherfucker. Listen, forget what he said. You know what? If you put it on paper, fine. It's fine. It is what it is. But he's not. Can we admit he's the least charismatic young buck? That's for damn sure. And it's not like this is fucking Moxley or The Rock or John Cena talking. Matt Jackson for 3 minutes? And then we follow up with 30 seconds of Christian and then 30 seconds of Miro? Are you fucking serious?
Annika says CHK making us wait for Kenny for the trios titles has pissed me off. Elite better not be the first trios champs. Nah, player. They better be. They better be the first trios champions. They're the ones that will guarantee us banger ass matches every single time. I want to see any of the options. I want to see the Elite versus LF5 next week. I want to see the Elite versus Death Triangle. I want to see the Elite versus United Empire, especially for Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega.
We care about the people. We don't care about our own opinions. Look at this. Look at this streak of people here. Oh my God. Where y'all been? Where you been for fucking 50 some episodes? Took too long. Matt Depp took too long to get to the point. Matt's a terrible actor. Everyone but Matt did well. There you go. Where the fuck y'all been? I'm by myself on this goddamn island for 50 weeks.
There you go. There you go. People do agree with you sometimes. There you go.
Took its time. Look at this cocksucker. I can see it now. You always want guys to rush. This is
And thank you, Jackson. Yes, thank you. I said thank you, SP3. These belts are made for them. Damn it, they are.
Belts are made for them. I love how that's the way I should run a wrestling promotion. If I could just make shit for me, so I can put myself on TV. Feel free.
Absolutely, I want the Elite to be House of Black every single day and twice on Tuesday. Kenny Omega.
Believe it or not,
I always show your comments. See, I'm gonna show your comments more than everybody. What are we talking about here? No, SP3 just won't show my comments.
I know when it comes to Young Bucks, he don't say he can't find the button no more. He can't find the button when Young Bucks.
I can't find certain comments. Not my fault.
This was a Triple H 2002 ass segment. I'm the boss, so I can talk as much as I want, even though you should probably cut everything I say in half.
I had tears in my eyes. I was so emotionally invested. That was a great segment. Next, you had Jungle Boy. He comes out for commentary for the following match, and it was Luchasaurus going up against Anthony Henry. And of course, stop, drop, shut him down, open up shop. Luchasaurus wins in dominating fashion. It's a headbutt. It's like two moves, gets the win. Then on the Contron, as we've coined here, we see Christian Cage. He said he's applauding Luchasaurus. He says he was going to go out there and slap the shit out of Jungle Boy, but he decided that the people of Minnesota don't deserve to see him in person. Jungle Boy then knows where Christian is at, so he rushes backstage to attack Christian, but security is here. Luchasaurus then runs in and destroys the security, but then he turns around and headbutts official Pat Buck, and then Jungle Boy says check on him and then runs after Christian. Any thoughts?
Yes. The fuck was this? How do we fucking get Mad Jax for 3 minutes and Christian for 30 seconds, and then we get fucking a headbutt and fucking? I thought the whole thing was, are Jungle Boy and him on the same page, or wasn't that?
I mean, he still hasn't touched Christian. That's all I know.
I'm asking because I don't really listen to those bombs of commentary. Love you, Tess. Then did you say something about Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus got to get on the same page, or he got to talk, or something or another? I didn't catch all of it, but now he's giving Luchasaurus orders. Here, take care of this mess you made while I go chase Christian. You fucking serious?
Yeah, apparently so. Shame. Hey, it's fine. CM says the lies. I've been agreeing with Jimmy about Matt. I said I agree. I put up your comments all the time. Y'all could be wrong together. Everyone needs company when they are wrong. They need another person to agree with their wrongness. I agree.
Hilarious. We had like 4 or 5 in a row. All these motherfuckers been hiding all week.
Yeah, it's not like we have like 30 to 40 people watching. Thank you all for watching.
People agreed. You and Ninja Mortis, 2 out of fucking 30. You don't even count. You're here. 1 out of 30.
Oh, Giant Stacking says we got Christian for 30 seconds because the people of Indianapolis didn't deserve more Christian. Even said so. See, I agree.
Thank you for that circular logic, sir. Christian's only there for 30 seconds because Christian said he was only going to be there for 30 seconds. Would you stop?
And then it's gone, making good point. I think it's more Jungle Boy losing control of his monster, of his dinosaur. But yeah,
that's called headcanon. That is you retroactively trying to make things make sense, and then acting like that's the way it is.
And yes, Ace, Pat Buck is always putting himself in a situation like he did in WWE. Yeah, he got murked by Nia Jax. So at least it's an upgrade in a dinosaur. I mean,
Is it?
I guess kind of.
The music still
Next,
stinks, and his entrance still stinks. Sorry.
next we got Miro. Yes, Miro time with another badass promo. He's in the darkness and he talks about being driven to the dark. But then Julia Hart comes to tell Miro to accept the darkness. Miro then takes her hand off of his chin and says, "There is only one woman that can touch the Redeemer, and that woman is not you." Miro says he has accepted their gift and will use it to destroy them. Miro says he knows his fate and it goes through the House of Black. Miro don't need more than 30 seconds. In 30 seconds, he has one of the best promos on this goddamn show.
Yes, always. I don't know how I felt about the light in there. It all felt kind of cheap, even though Miro turned toward the light looked good as always.
Yeah.
What do I want to say? I'm not sure if you've ever seen Columbo, but Columbo always brings up his wife. He always brings up his wife, and through 7 scenes, you never saw her. I never want to see Lionheart because Miro bringing up his wife but never seeing her is hilarious. It's perfect.
It is. And then you got Stat King saying CJ Perry is only
No,
we don't need we need her to be ambiguous, like never seen, but Miro always talks about her. It's like on a reality television show. I watched The Challenge, and there's the challengers that always be like, "My wife Kiki took me on a trip," and they're like this and that. I'm like, I don't even know your name. I know your wife Kiki's name. I don't know your name, Danny. But yeah, it's kind of like that. It's kind of, you need those characters who love their wife so much they acknowledge her, even though that we never see him.
It's so cool. I think he's the only man in America had that lady touch his face and go, "Stop, get off me." Goofy.
He's a loyal man. That's loyalty. I felt that. Loyal men, stand up, Miro. I'm here with you. I got to chat with you, so shout outs to Miro. He's good people, and he knows his New York Knicks point guards. We got Annika saying, "To all the you ninjas, this is the energy y'all need to have when a thought hits on you."
First of all, never. You know what? I'm gonna leave SP3 because he's on camera. I'm not sure listening. But anybody else have Julia Hart touch me in the face? First thing you ask is, "How old are you?" Hey, how old are you? Then if it's 19, 20, 21, you know what? Feel free.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Hey, I kept you out of it, but fuck it. You beat it right with us. Me and the scumbag pretend like you don't hear nothing.
I just had to because you tried to clean it up. So I was like, nah, I gotta drop it. I gotta drop the beat. Back from break, we get Mark Henry. He interviews Powerhouse Hobbs to ask about if he's done with Ricky Starks now. The Factory then interrupts with QT Marshall saying that Powerhouse is a future world champion and says they will take care of Ricky Starks for him. And Hobbs tells QT to not let their problem become his. Any thoughts?
Yes. First of all, before I lose my shit. I forgot she was dating what's his face. What's the Lee Johnson?
Lee Johnson.
First of all, you know what? I think I'm gonna have to change my opinion. I can't touch Julia Hart because Lee Johnson, he looks like he's 25. He probably fucks everything that moves. So if you fuck with Julia Hart, you're gonna catch something. Stay away from that. Listen, let you leave, but goddamn it, I know he'd be out there.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You've seen them niggas. Anybody got that haircut? Shit. That nigga fucking, that's a no rubber ass. I'm sorry.
I can't.
Look pretty, but hey, I know who you be around.
Oh my god.
This what? You think I'm lying? Have you seen Lee Johnson? Why? Because he don't have no tattoos. He's a nice guy. Get the fuck out of here. No scumbaggery when I see it. Fucking black quarterback of the team ass looking motherfucker. Stop it.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Shit. Oh my god.
Thank you. His name is Big Shotty. Would you stop it?
Why they call him Big Shotty?
She's harsh is the one that stuck around. She's the one that fucking decided to stay. All the rest of them bitches, they get the fuck out of here. This nigga's a mess.
Oh my god.
There was a point in there somewhere. I don't remember what it was. Oh,
somewhere.
Right. First of all, did you see the Dummy's interview where he said he struggles to get people on 3 hours of network television? WWE has 7 hours. Maybe if you stop putting the factory, you can get some better motherfuckers in there. Have you thought about that? If you considered it once or twice? Why does Hobbs give a fuck about what they have to say? I didn't know what Hobbs meant by this. Then he fucking says something after the match, and I went, but you know what? Fuck it. Did you think it was a good idea? Why the factory here? What? Don't make your problem my problem. Nigga, it's your problem. The fuck are you talking about? You made the problem.
It is your problem.
And then he's upset. We'll get to that. I'm so, well, boo.
Oh, Camarado's outfit was outrageous, I will say. And yes, I did ask the same thing. Why is the factory in this feud? I guess Ricky needs some people to beat real quick. So
I guess
it works. It works. It's okay. It's okay. Wow, I don't know how we recovered from there. But next we had Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Santam Singh. They come out. Sanjay asks if the fans saw Battle of the Belts 3, and Santam Singh chokeslamming Wardlow through a table. Dutt says they aren't done with Wardlow. Lethal says that they sent a message to Wardlow, so he has to defend the TNT Championship against him one more time, or they will come and take it. Wardlow comes out to interrupt and accepts Lethal's challenge, but says tonight he will be whooping all three of their asses. Before he comes down to the ring, though, the music of FTR hits and they join their former Pinnacle brother, Santam Sanjay, and Lethal bail for a minute. Lethal does try to come back and catch Wardlow off guard, but he eats a punch into the big rig for his trouble. So I guess we're getting a 6-man tag team matchup out of this. Any thoughts, Jimmy?
Yes. So in back segments, we've got Matt Jackson is nonsense. We've got
great segment.
Jungle fucking Luchasaurus squash, headbutting some motherfucker I don't know. Christian for 30
unnecessary.
seconds.
Yeah.
We got Miro for 30 seconds, but I'll fucking take it because
that was great.
Miro's awesome. We got the factory talking to Powerhouse Hobbs for some reason. And
I don't know why.
We got yet a nut, first of all. Jay Lethal, Singh, and fucking Sanjay Dutt talking again. And then gonna ask me, why is it a mistake by the lake? I just named 4 of them. Almost in a row.
4 mistakes by the lake.
I fucking listen, talk about people who shouldn't get any time. I love to see Jay Lethal wrestle. I don't ever see him have to talk again. Because unlike Moxley, he just does the same shit over and over again. And I can't knock him. There's not much to go with. And
not much to work on there.
And Sanjay Dutt ain't great on the mic. I'm sorry. He isn't. He feels like a fucking 80s caricature of a manager. Which is fine. If you can pull it off. I'm not entirely sure he can. Luckily, 2 great things happened. We got to see FTR, and we got to hear FTR's music. Win.
I'm here for both of those. And this gives them a chance to be on TV probably next week at 6-man tag. Get out the way as fast as possible.
Please.
Backstage, Tony Schiavone interviews the Jericho Appreciation Society for more hype on the main event. This main event felt more important than anything because they spent so much time building up throughout the night. Daddy Magic says it's Jericho's night. Kuhan Ann says tonight they will have a Jericho appreciation party. They got a little bit of the bubbly and everything. Daniel Garcia says that Bryan Danielson should appreciate him because he gave him another paid vacation. He is the Dragon Slayer. And Anna JAS tells someone off camera, "You don't think he's the Dragon Slayer, huh?" And then chokes up some random blue-haired chick. Poor girl.
Whose titty was about to pop out. Thank God.
They
They didn't. Not thank God. Thank God they didn't. So I wouldn't mind. It's not my TV station.
He's like, I thought you were gonna say it's not my titty.
This was a mess, but whatever. It built the main event. They're a little too cartoony for me. I think I'm over it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think I'm over it.
They are making Anna Jay a little bit too over the top with this shit. I won't get through that. We get a quick vignette covering the story heading into our next matchup with Ricky Starks and Aaron Solo. Ricky Starks and Aaron Solo used to be tag team partners on the independent scene. Very early on, Cole Carter tries to trip Ricky, so the ref throws him out from ringside. Starks goes for Rochambeau, but Aaron reverses it into a Hurricane Rana. He goes for a spinning sidekick, but Ricky avoids it, hits the spear for the win. Fairly short here, bout to give Ricky another win. So I'm all fine with that. And Ricky is unbelievably over for someone who just turned babyface 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Post-match, Nick Camarado comes down with a steel chair, but Ricky reverses and hits a spine buster to send a message to Powerhouse Hobbs. Ricky then goes for Rochambeau and Camarado, but Solo attacks from behind. They attempt a double team, but Ricky breaks free, escapes the factory through the crowd as Powerhouse Hobbs breaks a TV backstage, not pleased with what he just witnessed. Any thoughts?
Ricky was over, as he should be.
I loved him in the crowd dancing to his music. That had me rolling.
Did
I lose you? Are you still there? Am I frozen or are you frozen? Uh-oh. Well, I can't hear Jimmy at this point, so I'm gonna guess that he's frozen. Oh yes, thank you, Sat King, because I wasn't sure. There you go. There he's back. He's back. He's moving, y'all. Oh yes,
I'm here to help. What was I saying? Oh, right. Starks is great, but I don't want to do the race thing again. We do it all. I do it all the time, so I'm not going to do it. However, I'm going to treat them as people, right? That's what Dr. King wanted. This feud needs some time to fix. Like, we need to get the shit started, like, now, because there's no reason Hobbs should be upset. Using internal logic, Hobbs fucked up Ricky, turned on him, and then Starks wanted to pay back, and then Hobbs fucked him up again. There's no reason. First of all, no reason to respect the fact that we should do anything to him. That's number one. And number two, the factory isn't part of his plan. There is no plan. There is no thing. Why is he upset about what? Did he think the factory would somehow pull it off? We still don't know why Hobbs did it. Can we get anything, please? Enough. I got it. You gave me 2 weeks? Fine. Now explain why he did it and what's he going to do about it. Since Starks is obviously not going to let it go. Please.
Yeah. We do need an explanation, and hopefully that comes next week because we got 3 weeks of television before we get to All Out, and I would suppose this is one of the big grudge matches that is going to be at All Out, so we do need explanation. I do agree with Jimmy on that one. Backstage, we get Lexi Nair interviewing the Gun Club. Billy asks his sons, how could they ruin the one match he made famous? Way to bury yourself. Stokely Hathaway calls Billy grandpa ass, says that we got some Inshurian backstage for you. He offers the ass boys his services. Billy says that he's got his boys a match on Friday to make up for their loss in the dumpster match last week. And in comes Danhausen, who says that if me and the bearded fella will see them on Friday night, ass boys. And he touches Austin Gunn, who says, don't touch me.
That was the best Austin's been, by the way. That felt legit. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. What the fuck, Danhausen? Let's go. This was fun. But again, it's a big roster. We could probably cut quite a few people. I'm just saying. Like, come on. Like, how many people on this roster would you cut that were on this show? Fucking everybody involved in this segment except fucking Stokes. And I guess you keep Danhausen. People like him for some weird reason.
Grandpa ass? How you gonna cut Grandpa ass?
Because Grandpa ass is 86. Beat it. We cut the factory. We cut fucking who was on the fucking show? I'm missing somebody. I'd cut Luchasaurus, to be completely honest. I know y'all wouldn't cut Matt Jackson, but I consider it at least.
I love Mac Jackson, and he had me in tears, ladies and gentlemen, on this show.
Had me in tears too, not for the same reason.
I'm
Please
guessing not.
Fucking go. Stop.
I'm guessing not. So yeah, and we found out that Danhausen is going to be teaming with Eric Redbeard, who's returning and to verse the Gun Club on Friday on Rampage.
By the way, I see TBS must have said something to him. It was fucking. He's trying his best for Rampage. Last weekend,
he was like,
he's doing what he can.
It was like we threw Jon Moxley on last week. We brought Bryan Danielson's return this week.
Absolutely, TBS said enough. By the way, all you bums out there making excuses for this fucking shitty Rampage numbers make me sick, and I hate you. It's so fucking outrageous. Well, TBS must be happy with the numbers. That's saying that you got no argument when you're not even talking about what you think. You're just going with what you think somebody else might think. Fucking bums.
They're experts on the ratings, don't you know? They know everything. They know everything. Backstage, we see Tony Schiavone interviewing Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends.
Some more people I cut.
Hey, not the left side, maybe the right.
Shit.
In comes
two people from that left side.
In comes the Trustbusters to interrupt. Ari Daivari says that he's been trying to contact Orange all week since his trust fund kicked in and wants to bring him to superstardom. All he has to do is dump the dead weight in Best Friends, but Orange Cassidy isn't interested, and Daivari says he will learn that was a bad decision. And this sets up Orange Cassidy versus Ari Daivari on Rampage on Friday, and these two trios going at it in the trios tournament coming up. So any thoughts, Jimmy?
Yes. Cut fucking 5 out of 7 people in that picture. You know what? Daivari is interesting.
Orange Cassidy is at least in
Orange Cassidy
the
and Tony Schiavone can stick around. The rest of you got to go.
Ari Daivari is pretty good, though.
He sounds interesting. He's got a great name. I heard that's I don't want to call him Daivari. What's his real first name?
Sean Daivari.
Yeah, I heard that's his brother. I'm here for it. He looks interesting, at least. I'll give him a chance to impress. Wouldn't mind him talking for 3 minutes, at least.
Stat King's trying to book CM Macram versus Matt Jackson. That needs to happen.
Absolutely.
Needs to happen. Dennis Gahn says Austin Gunn is great.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say. Then it's gone. That's, your brain, clearly. It's gone.
That's something. And Ace, yes, Sonny Kiss will be on Rampage as well this Friday, Jimmy. Finally, Sonny Kiss is back on TV to versus Parker Bruno.
I know Tony Khan probably has some corporate quota to meet, but Sonny Kiss would get cut too. Sorry. They can
his first match on TV in 2 years. Come on.
Fuck it. Black people, gay people get mad at me. Fuck it. Cut. Beat it.
And Nick Jackson agrees with you. Trustbusters, get the fuck out of here.
Who's the big
Why are they in the trios tournament? Why? I understand Adam Cole and Red Dragon, that Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole are injured, but you literally had no one else. You literally could have prolonged the Team Taz breakup for a couple of more weeks so they could have been in this. You have no one else.
How good is the big guy? The fucking tatted up Brock Lesnar.
Mini Brock. Not that good last time I saw him, and that was one of the reasons why he got cut from WWE is that he
got cut
in the ring that well.
He's trash because fucking he is exactly what Vince looks for. He must be terrible.
Ninja Mortis says Parker is supposed to be the next Brock, but he looks like a tub of cookie dough.
Oh, I forgot. He stinks, so we're okay with body shaming him. Never mind.
That's so wrong.
It's weird how that works. It was weird.
No body shaming. No body shaming.
We can't do Eddie Kingston. We can't do it to Adam Cole. But
we finally got Jimmy to stop body shaming Adam Cole, so we will not have it in our live chat. We will not have that. Ninja Mortis, cut it out.
Is it never okay to body shame? Like, let's say you were a fitness model or a bodybuilder, and it's your job to be in shape. Can you do that? It's not shaming then, I guess.
Never. It's never all right to body shame.
Christ.
Never. Next up, we have the TBS Championship up for grabs as Madison Rayne making her AEW Dynamite debut, going up against the TBS champion, 35-0 at this point, Jade Cargill. Madison gets an early advantage before Kira Hogan provides a distraction, which allows Jade to hit a spear. Cargill gets cocky during the commercial break, starts doing push. The crowd actually counted along with. I thought that was a nice little touch. She beals Madison and then hits a gorilla press slam center ring. Back from break, she hits a vertical suplex for 2. Rayne starts to make her comeback. Commentary informs us during this matchup that Chris Statlander is injured, thus had to give up the number 1 contender spot in the ranking. Madison Rayne hits a top rope blockbuster for 2. She then locks on a front chancery into an elevated DDT for a 2 count. Kira gets on the apron to distract Rayne after sitting at ringside with some baddie. We had Layla Hirsch and some baddie that looked kind of familiar. I don't know if we've seen her before, but Madison avoids Jade's pup kick, leading to her kicking Hogan, but then Cargill still catches her with a pump kick. She goes for Jaded, but Rayne reverses into a cross Rayne attempt, but Jade reverses that back into the Jaded for the win. This was not a good match. This just seemed like they weren't on the same page at all. Jade Cargill does improve to 36-0. And then after the match, the baddie was revealed to be Athena, who comes out of the crowd. She attacks Jade Cargill, and Kira Hogan makes the save to pull Jade out of the ring. And Athena picks up the TBS title, as it seems we're going to finally get Athena versus Jade Cargill at All Out. Any thoughts, Jimmy? Match and post-match?
I want you guys to be objective. At this point in the show, how awful is this show? The last 45 minutes of the show. Like from this match all the way back to Matt Jackson. How awful was that stretch of 45 minutes? Be honest with yourself.
This did feel like SummerSlam. SummerSlam had real, like I said, it had a great opener, had a fantastic angle afterward with Bayley's return. Had a really great matchup with Logan Paul in his second match against The Miz, and then the show went down a hill. And after the Lucha Bros versus Rush and Andrade, the show went down a hill. But thankfully, we had the main event to pick us back up.
I won't say fair enough because it's not really how that works. But sure, yes, we're agreement. It went down the hill. Yes. This match was a mess. I have some creepy thoughts in my head, but I'm trying to keep those to myself. I'm so concerned about Statlander, by the way. She's so good, but she appears to be highly injury prone. Especially and like awful timing with the two. Whenever she gets hurt, it's right before she's about to do something. Which makes me very sad. Jade still needs work, though her presentation and her presence, by the way, is perfect. Athena being Wait, sir. First of all, wait a minute. Look at Ninja Mortis. Look at this shit. He's out of shape and he can't wrestle. If he could go, it wouldn't matter, and I wouldn't say shit. That's not how that's supposed to work, sir. It's not okay to body shame people if they stink. That's not how that's supposed to work. You can't have selective morals. Either it's not okay or it's okay. I'm under the opinion that it's always okay, but I'm not one of you phonies. So.
And yeah, Ninja Mortis, though, we did get this match at 9:10. Improvement is improvement. 9:10 p.m. Eastern. It didn't do good in the ratings, apparently, last week. The rating did drop with them in the first hour, but he didn't put them at 9:30. He gave them 9:10 p.m.
I know I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Film Nation Wrestling. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But wait a minute. But if you put that picture back up of Athena popping up behind Jade, all things kind of explain themselves. We're not going to insult black people on the channel. We're not going to do it. But I'm just saying Jade looks fantastic.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it, Jimmy.
I'm not. First of all, Film Nation Wrestling, by the way, is giving Rampage a huge skip this week. He won't say why, but he's just speaking from the heart. The fact that we just brought up Sunny Kiss, I could put two and two together myself. Not that difficult.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Hey, he said it, not me. You fucking phony. That's what I'm saying. Everybody in life who does awful shit and says awful shit, I'd be here for it, except when they hide behind it. Just say it. Just say it. I'm going to say the N-word. Don't complain about how black people say it. You say it. You feel better about yourself. But I'm assuming that's not why you don't like Sunny Kiss. I would imagine it's the other reason. This match was awful.
I do. No, I said this match was not good. I don't know. This is Madison Rain, supposed to be the coach, so she's supposed to be making the people better. And I would say that Jade Cargill was clearly the better of the two on this occasion.
Yes, though Madison Rain, maybe she's, I don't know, she's rusty.
I mean, she's been wrestling for Impact all this time.
Maybe it was a bad showing. Maybe too pre-rehearsed because she wanted to fucking look good. Maybe she was nervous. 87 different things could happen. I don't know.
True.
However, I will say this. You know what? I won't say it. I've been a little reckless on the show already. I'm gonna keep it together.
Look at that. You, my boy Blue, said this has to be the wildest show on YouTube each week.
Hey, you just say what you want to say. You be thinking it. Well, not you, my boy Blue. You just say it. But the rest of you just say what you want to say.
I swear, yo. And Ninja Morton's right for Impact in front of like 20 people. Yes.
Do you
It's
still
a little
get nervous
different when you're on national TV.
Do you still get nervous at like 35? By the way,
Oh,
wait a minute.
we're not gonna age shame her, Jimmy.
I'm
we're not
old
gonna
too.
age shame her.
I'm old too, lady. I'm not knocking you. I'm just saying. 35, you don't get nervous. I don't. Who cares? Fuck them. What was I say? Oh, right. Can we talk about how they fucking shot the? Okay, now I'm doing they. How dummy fucking ruined the Layla Gray thing? Why is she not still an interim baddie? Why did that not become a story? Why did it not become fucking Jade actually kicking her out with a boot to the face, or the other way around, or something happened instead of she just went away and sat in the crowd? Why did we get a second interim baddie then if we're going to do it? What the fuck? It's just me. I'm just saying.
No, fair. That's a fair critique. A fair critique. I'll give you that. Next, we go backstage for further explanation on Chris Statlander not being number one contender anymore. We get Tony Schiavone interviewing Thunderstorm. Tony asks Tony Storm about becoming the number one contender. Thunder Rosa expresses some apprehension about Storm being the top contender. Tony says she has a match next week and plans to keep the momentum. And Rosa says they will talk about the title match another time. Why are they acting like they haven't versed each other like 6 weeks ago? What the fuck is going on here? Am I living in a different world? What the fuck are we talking about here? I was like, you motherfuckers have versed each other. That's the reason y'all are a tag team. It's because y'all versed each other.
I was like half and half about this show at this point. And then I remember Thunder Rosa said, I don't know. Nobody could have expected this. Wait, what? Isn't this the whole point? What do you expected? You did it. You did it already. What are you babbling about? This was horrific. That was shocking to me. That was fucking shocking. I couldn't believe.
What are we doing here?
Said that shit. What? They're sitting there like, they've been best friends forever. Are you fucking serious? You guys fought 2 months ago. What the fuck are you talking about?
Friends forever. Annika, it did sound like that though. She says, "Be honest, was Statlander really gonna face Thunder Rosa at All Out?" I didn't say at All Out, but I think she was gonna first her because we had that promo segment where Athena basically pulled the okie doke over her because Statlander seemed like she was going after the TBS title, and then Athena was like, "No, you go after the main title. I'll go after the TBS title." If you remember that promo segment, it seemed like Statlander was gonna get it, but then I think she got injured. And that's the reason why plans change.
That's a fucking shame.
Yeah.
How about Thunder Rosa's fucking hangman ass title reign she's had? What do you think? It's disappointing, ain't it?
It does feel like a hangman title reign for sure. For sure. Even though it's had great matches, the Serena Deeb match at Double or Nothing, the match with Jamie Hayter on Battle of the Belts was really good, and it just hasn't connected very well because they don't want to put the focus on her. It seems like, and yes, I did hear that Chris Statlander is injured again. It's the other knee now. It's not the knee that was injured before. It's the other knee because you put so much weight on the other knee, the good knee. After you injure the other knee, now your other knee is injured.
Fucking. Ugh. I hope she comes back short. What's the injury? You know.
I just know it's her other knee. I don't know if it's an ACL, MCL. I don't know what it is yet. She's just gonna. She said she's getting surgery on it. That's all. Yeah.
Fuck. I don't know. That's a shame. She's still relatively young though.
Yeah. I think she will be, if she's able to come back and have like a full healthy run of it. She will be a future AEW Women's World Champion. It just doesn't seem to be in the cards right now.
Somebody doesn't just get rid of the belt altogether because fucking girls are gross.
And I'm still here, Will Chisholm. Still here as the #1 person on YouTube that's been saying this. Give me my women's 4-way at All Out. Don't do Tony and Thunder Rosa. We did that at Forbidden Door. We've been there, done that. Don't give me Thunder Rosa versus Britt Baker. We've been there, done that. Give me all 4 women. Jamie Hayter deserves it. I know she broke her nose, but hopefully it's a minor injury. But
put the mask on.
She'll be fine. She needs to be in this matchup as well. And
it could add to the fucking the feud they're fucking have with Go Baker. She could wear that stupid fucking mask that Go Baker used to wear.
Oh, that's dope. I didn't even think about that. Very, very good point. Very good point there. Very good point. Yes, Ninja Boys. Wow, a women's segment right after the women's match. It looks like they do it every week. It's like,
well, let me ask you a question. Why is this why do you think the women's segment dropped the ratings last week? Is that because Dummy Khan puts no focus on it? Because Raw seems to do fine when their women show up. I mean, to be fair, they've had 3 or 4 years of build up, 5 years.
Exactly. Exactly. Like they've been building it up. Whereas the women, I just feel like honestly, the women are just waiting for Kenny Omega to come back. Because Kenny Omega, he treats the women like they're his child, and he is the one that when the women's division was doing his best was when Kenny had his hands, in it somehow. And I hope we get back to there when he's returned, because Tony Khan can't do it himself.
Look, Tony Khan can't do anything himself except jerk off, and I'm just assuming. Who's gonna say? Only one person.
Nick Jackson says, bro, this segment was awful. Tony Khan, you can't book women's wrestling, and that's okay, but find someone who can, because this ain't it. Good Lord.
I can eliminate several words from this fucking sentence. The segment was awful. Tony Khan, you can't book. Full stop. Find someone who can. Full stop. Was Kenny Omega around for Conspiracy Britt Baker?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And no, Annika, it wasn't 2 months ago. The tag team matchup with Athena and Athena and Willow versus the Baddies, that was in July. That was like 3-4 weeks ago. You bugging. I know everybody don't know the concept of time, but I have to remember these things because of what I do for a living. Don't tell me that was the last time she was on TV, and she was healthy then, and I think she probably got injured when she wrestled that night.
That's a shame. She's so good.
Unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Hopefully she comes back better than ever. MCAT says at All Out, women's 4-way, Athena, Jade, and maybe a buy-in women's match. I think that's a little bit too much women for Tony Khan.
Oh yeah, He did that once. That's never happened again. What pay-per-view was that? Last one? Revolution?
He's done it the last few pay-per-views, actually, to give him
impressive.
credit.
I don't need to
give
see
him some credit.
I definitely don't want to listen. Fighting for Athena Jade. Buy-in. You don't need a buy-in match. Come on. You don't need it. You don't need it. I mean, I don't watch, so you could have it, but you don't need it.
And I agree with this. Frantic Royal says get Kenny and Thunder Rosa to work on the women's division. Well, Thunder Rosa has her own all women's promotion. Use that, Tony. God damn it. I'd rather that than Tony doing it.
That's for the ending than Tony doing it.
I'm sorry.
He's a
also fair and true. And then finally, we had the announcements of all the card for Rampage, as well as for next week's show presented by the House of the Dragon, the new show on HBO, a big Warner Brothers Discovery IP that he was talking about and teasing before the show. And they're going to have the Dragon versus the Dragon Slayer, as Bryan Danielson will meet Daniel Garcia in a rematch. Best 2 out of 3 falls. That's going to bang.
Did he call it IP? Tony Khan?
Yeah, he said in the interview it's highly prestigious IP of Warner Brothers Discovery. They're doing a partnership with.
This is what I'm saying. This is what these fucking people, and not Asians or fucking Asians when they need to fucking be diverse. These fucking suits. That's what you are to them. You are fucking demographic. Anything that's good is an IP, or they make content. There's no passion. There's no nothing involved. They're not artists. They're just suits who want to make a fucking buck. A big IP. It's not an IP, you cunt. It's a television show. Are you out of your fucking...
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm just saying. There's people writing. There's people directing. There's people acting. It's an IP, because that's what's in my product. I hate these fucking suits.
Sorry. That's fair. That is fair. That's fair. That's fair. I just whenever you use the word cunt, I just have my finger ready on the trigger. That's what I have to press it. And next we had a main event of the evening: Jon Moxley defending the AEW Interim World Championship against the Lionheart, Chris Jericho. My lord, listen, can we talk about Chris Jericho losing all this weight and then shaving and looking like he is, won't say 25, but he looked like he was like 32, 35, something like that, in between that range. And I love the old tights. He even had the old Lionheart ring jacket, the music, the new pyro. This was a great touch and gave this match a totally different feel from the last time they faced at Revolution 2020. Jon Moxley, huge reaction from the fans coming out to Wild Thing. Jericho starts things off by flipping off Moxley, and then he hits 2 arm drags. They have a test of strength. They trade slaps before each man attempts their finisher. Jericho goes for 2 unique submissions, like Mexican lucha submissions. Both men trade stomps before Jericho grounds Moxley and pulls his damn earring out. Ouch. Then Jericho follows with the triangle dropkick. Moxley at this point is bleeding profusely from his ear. On the floor, Jericho hits elbows and punches to the ear. Back in the ring, he stomps at Moxley's bleeding ear, locks on a camel clutch. Jericho hits a drop kick and follows with the come on baby foot pin, which I love. Jericho gets too cocky and starts playing to the crowd before Moxley hits a lariat out of the corner. Both men trade strikes before Jericho reverses into a tiger backbreaker and follows with the lion salt for 2. Mox kicks out and transitions into a cross arm breaker. Jericho reverses into another unique submission, but Moxley reverses into an ankle lock. Jericho escapes and both men trade German suplexes. Jericho hits an avalanche Frankensteiner off the top rope for a 2. Jericho then attacks the left leg on the ring post and applies the ring post assisted figure 4 shades of Bret the Hitman Hart. Back in the ring, Moxley applies the crossface shades of Redacted, but Jericho escapes and goes for the walls of Jericho. He applies the walls of Jericho, and Moxley looks like he's about to pass out from losing all the blood, but the champion maneuvers out. However, Jericho stomps on Moxley's head and reapplies the hold. Mox has been fighting for minutes in the hold as they go to commercial. He's still in the walls of Jericho after the commercial break. He eventually makes it to the ropes. Mox somehow throws Jericho to the outside. He climbs to the top rope and hits a double axe handle to the floor. The crowd is chanting, "This is awesome!" at this point. Back in the ring, Moxley climbs to the top rope and he gets caught with the code breaker when he comes off for a near fall. Jericho removes 2 turnbuckle pads to distract Aubrey Edwards, while Sammy Guevara comes to the crowd and throws Floyd the back to Jericho. He overthrows it, so Jericho has to go out to the floor to retrieve it, with Aubrey slightly distracted, slightly being the operative word, and Jericho nails Moxley with the bat for a 2 count. Moxley goes for the bulldog choke, but Jericho pushes Mox into an exposed turnbuckle and hits the Judas effect for a very close, very great near fall, because that's the first time anyone has kicked out of the Judas effect. Jericho goes for the AEW World Championship, but Mox avoids the belt shot, with Jericho running into the exposed turnbuckle and splitting himself open. Mox applies the bulldog choke again, but Jericho reverses into the Lion's Hammer. Moxley breaks free. He lands elbows to the back of Jericho's head. He applies the bulldog choke into the rear naked choke with the leg grip. Jericho tries to fight out of it, but eventually he taps out, losing so much blood. This mat was covered in both men's blood at the end of this. This was a grueling war of attrition and arguably one of Jericho's best matches in years. I would say this and the Eddie Kingston match is probably Jericho's best matches since like the Kenny Omega match back in New Japan. Bloody, physically intense, and a great finish. Post-match, though, Sammy Guevara and Jake Hager come out to attack Moxley. Eddie Kingston, Ortiz, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta come out to fight off the Jericho Appreciation Society. It looks like JAS has control after Daniel Garcia and 2.0 come out. And then the music hits and the man is back. CM Punk comes out, the AEW World Champion. He runs on the bad foot. Jericho, great. I love Jericho's face here. This was a great camera shot of getting Jericho's response to this. Punk comes out on fire. He takes out every member of JAS. Huge CM Punk chants from the fans. He takes out Jericho with a clothesline. The fans are going crazy. And then Moxley and CM Punk are left in the ring with all the smoke clears. Moxley gets up. He has the AEW World Championship. We get a stare down between the interim champion and the reigning world champion. And Moxley flips off Punk, pushes him aside, and leaves the ring. And the main event for All Out seems set. Moxley versus Punk. This felt like the biggest match AEW could offer, and I'm ready for it at All Out. Great match. Love the post-match with CM Punk coming out, and a hell of a way to end what was an up and down show. I'll give you that. Recapping it, it was an up and down show, but it ended on an up. What did you think?
Okay, we'll go with that. Really quickly, pardon me, before I get into the show. MCAP saying too much blood in the show. I loved it. Give me more. People too soft these days. Did you know that they actually found tablets? Not computer tablet, like a Moses tablet, that said the new generation is godless and weak and they're doomed. Motherfuckers been saying this literally since the beginning of time. Could you all stop? That aside, this match was great. It was everything anybody could have wanted from this match. I gotta be honest. I did not expect much. No, sorry. He looks like he's aged. Let's not do that. He definitely looks like he's aged. Let's not get crazy. But he looks good, period. And he looks good for his age, especially. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I obviously didn't buy Jericho winning. Not with All Out right around the corner. But a couple of close-ish spots. Moxley, his matches always, the finishes always look really good to me. The beginning is kind of goofy because he's kind of a kooky guy. Just shoulder shit and his scratches and bites. It's like, this is kind of corny. But this is kind of corny. But whenever the blood gets involved, you just buy it. He looks like somebody who'd be involved in a fucking street fight. And it was really good. Now, that shit aside, this second best match of the night shit aside, CM Punk coming back was great. It was perfectly timed. It felt like it fit. He felt the most big starish as he had in a while. I gotta be honest. Him clearing the ring, it felt very
that reaction. He blew the roof off that building.
right. Very late 90s, early 2000s. It worked. It worked a lot. And I'm here for the match. I gotta be honest. I think the best part of that might have been Moxley sitting in the ring and not turning around until he felt like it. It worked for me.
I loved him getting the title. And then this nigga.
It's just so good. I was here for it. What a great segment.
That was a great way to.
And I can't give him any credit for putting the women on earlier, since you just needed the time for this. So you get no credit for that.
Fair enough. Ninja Warden says Jericho was busted open hard way. They scared that face like the end of Inglorious Bastard. You gotta take that ass beating with him and see it every day. When he looks in the mirror. Yes.
Jericho's that money. I'm sure he'll get that fixed up. He has to.
Oh man. Ace says Mox is the heart and soul of AEW. Kid Get Money says Mox is my champion. Nick Jackson saying the same thing. Mox is my champion. And thank you for Frabad the Legend saying amazing podcast. Thanks again. Thank you as always. But don't go too yet. Don't go.
Put Moxley over.
I'm ready.
Over,
dude. I mean, I am totally here for this. I heard a debate of if Moxley has had a better reign than Hangman Adam Page already. I will give Hangman Adam Page his matches. You always went in with some doubt that he was going to lose the title, especially the two with Bryan. Even the first one with Adam Cole, there was always that doubt. And the match with Lance Archer was way better than it had any right to be. But just how Moxley feels like the biggest star, that's what is better about this reign than Hangman. Hangman never felt like the biggest star here. And in a time when, Punk went down, Danielson wasn't here, Cole went down, all these injuries happened, Moxley was that force that AEW needed to kind of keep their head above water. And that's why Punk coming back now, this feels like the biggest match AEW can offer. And it feels like a legitimate, winner take all undisputed championship matchup.
Agreed. It feels like the biggest match they could do. That's a great way to put it. I think Moxley's got to win this. I for the sake of the belt, I'll say, he's got to win it. And I just think it's a better way to go. Mox can win. You can do the rematch. Punk can turn heel. It all works. Just do it. Just do it.
I only see one scenario where I'll be okay with Punk winning, and that's if Punk wins. And
no, save that.
Save
that. No,
the man with the 3 letters comes back.
When MJF comes back, at least for me, I want to see him come back at least for a match. He can do a Triple H thing. He needs to come back as a babyface. He just does. It just works for me. So turn Punk heel.
I'm here for MJF to come back at All Out and attack CM Punk and stake his claim.
He's got to come back as a heel. He's too good to not. Babyface rather.
I don't know.
It works.
It's very interesting. All these elements that they have in the main event scene. The main event scene feels as interesting as AEW's main event scene has probably ever felt.
Yes, by accident. Punk got hurt. MJF was having fucking contract issues. Yeah, good job. Kenny's hurt. Yeah, how'd you pull that off? No actual booking, just shit coming together.
Well, let's put our thumbs in the middle for the August 10, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite Quake by the Lake special in 3, 2, 1. Thumbs up for me. Thumbs in the middle for Jimmy. Jimmy, out of 10, what did you give the show?
6.5.
That's a thumbs up.
That's a failure. In the Catholic school where you went, you failed.
That's a pass. No, 65 was passing.
In public school, you get a 65. Congratulations, you passed. In school, 65, you failed.
Hey, most people went to public school here, judging by their comments. So,
oh shit. Let them talk about y'all like that. Let them call y'all dumb. I mean,
I'm not
right.
calling
You
them
know
dumb. I'm not calling them dumb. I'm just saying their comprehension and their punctuation tells me not a lot of people went to Catholic school like we did, Jimmy.
Drop the disclaimer on
gonna...
him. Look at John Martin, 65 is a D. In Catholic school, you failed. You had to get a 70. Full stop.
I'm going with 7.5 out of 10 because I really loved the main event and I really loved the coffin match. Really enjoyed the tornado tag. Enjoyed the Young Bucks and Hangman Page segment. Enjoyed a couple of promos. Love Jimmy as well. So I mean love Ricky. Excuse me, Ricky.
All right. So you said you love the you love the main event. All right. So that's 20 minutes. The opening match, let's give it 15. So that's 35.
Ricky Starks. Anything involving Ricky Starks?
Yeah, sure, we'll give him 2 minutes, and then 3 minutes of Matt Jackson. That's 5 minutes. That's 40 minutes. How long's the show?
It's like an hour and a half. That's half the show.
That's not an hour and a half. It's an hour and 35, an hour 40 minimum, and the rest of it stunk badly.
Oh, yeah. That's a little extreme.
It stunk. Listen, let's go through it. Opening match was fucking fantastic. I won't say my match tonight because we'll do that soon. Fantastic. Tag match was fine. Everything else was complete garbage until the main event. Complete garbage. I can do without Matt Jackson talking ever, let alone for 3 fucking minutes. Christian didn't get any mic time because of Minnesota. What else? Miro was good. We'll give it to Miro. Miro was good, as per always. And then, everything else. The Factory, a Luchasaurus squash, Jade and Madison Rain was fucking rough. Good. We got what is it? What's their name again? We're talking to the best friends. What's their names?
The Trustbusters.
The Trustbusters. Oh, good lord.
The tornado. I love the tornado tag. That was like a good 15 minutes. The tornado tag was 15 minutes. That's 15 minutes of the show I enjoyed.
I can't minutes of the show. I'm so happy. All of you guys started to come around, but you're gonna come around even more now that somebody competent is over there in WWE. You're gonna realize that Tony Khan has skated by on being. I'll be nice. I don't want to get myself in trouble, but we'll say the smartest person on the short bus. And we treat
the words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Fair enough. But now we're taking him off that bus and we're putting him on a bus with somebody who fucking doesn't chew chapstick. You're gonna see. You're gonna see.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
No offense to people who eat chapstick. Jimmy, who was your MVP on this show?
Ooh, I'm gonna give it to. Listen, Moxley had a great promo and he had a great match. I'm still gonna give it to Brody King. I can watch Brody King throw Darby all day. It's just brilliant.
I'll go with Jon Moxley. I'm gonna go with Jon Moxley for MVP. LVP, who you got?
Tony Khan, as per usual. Though I can make an argument for Powerhouse Hobbs for being a complete dolt, apparently, who thought the fact he was going to come through and then was mad about it, didn't get to talk, didn't get to get a promo, didn't get to explain. Look at that face. It's a huge Discovery IP. What the fuck are you, sir? This is what I'm playing. This was these fucking billionaire cocksuckers who get to pretend to be artists now. You're not. You're a suit.
Hugely prestigious. One of those. Hugely prestigious. My LVP, The Factory. I'll keep it simple. The Factory, and unfortunately, I'm sorry, Madison Rain. She did not look good in her matchup, so gotta give it to Madison Rain as well. And match of the night, you're going with the coffin match?
I am. This bum. Tornado tag was 15 minutes. Tornado tag wasn't great. Would you fucking stop? Miro Starks 5 minutes? Are you fucking blind? Miro was on TV for 30 fucking seconds. 65 minutes a night. You know what? I'm not gonna get upset.
Miro and Starks. That was about 30 seconds, a 4 minute with Ricky Starks.
Boy, he's stretching. You're Mr. Fantastic over there. What the fuck are you guys on about?
Thank you, MCAS. Appreciate that comment. We love you.
You do.
We love you. Match of the night. Damn, this is probably the closest I'll go. I want to give it co-match of the night, honestly, because both the opener
2 minutes and 14
event
seconds. Thank you, John. 2:14.
4 minutes total. There you go.
Another bomb.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I gotta go with co-match of the night. I love both of those matches, like equally. You
can't love both your kids equally.
I do love both of my kids equally.
You don't.
How dare you? How dare you?
Maybe the two most important things in your life. You might love them both more than you love anything else, but it's not equal. They both hang on the side of a mountain. You're going to say one. You're going to pick one. I don't know which one. Keep it to yourself.
No.
Don't say
no. I throw myself down.
I throw myself down.
No, I throw myself down. I'll throw myself down so that I can hit their fall. They can hit me on the fall. But yeah, see, that's how a father should do it. But yeah, I'll go with the coffin match and the main event because that was Jericho's best match in what felt like years, and it was different from a lot of other Chris Jericho matches. But all right, that brings us to a close on this edition of AEWramble. What an episode! Thank you as always, Jimmy. Let the people know where they can find you.
Nowhere. I don't want to deal with these people ever. Do what you guys once a week. Fuck all y'all. Enough of y'all. Especially MCAS. MCAS, Ninja Mortars, and there's one more. Yeah, I forget. Bunch of adults. Not all of you though. CM's great. Annika's great. Nick Jackson, obviously. I'm not just gonna name all black people, but John was good until the end. Some nations see something else. Slam. Yeah, never mind. You know what? I gotta be honest. There's always like 30 of you here. There's only 3 of you that really bother me. Maybe 4. Depends. Twitter, Jimmy Macram. Instagram, Jimmy Macram. And YouTube, Jimmy Macram.
I can't. You had me dying this whole episode. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Follow the gang, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat for all the True Hill Heat content, exclusive content, reviewing the G1 Climax 32 tournament, as well as SummerSlam weekend. That's all up on Patreon.com/True Hill Heat for $3 a month. Get that content. ProWrestlingTees.com/True Hills for your True Hill Heat merchandise. And of course, we got plenty of great content coming up throughout this week. Later
Ninja
tonight.
Mortars, you are black, but I treat you like Lee Johnson. I don't need to be around you. I don't know what you got.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Hill Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Later tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Blunt Impact 89. Ness will be joined by the Negro Buck Nick Jackson. I think Stat King might pop in to make an appearance, as well as the Go Home show ahead of Emergence. Tomorrow, right here on the YouTube channel, we'll have our Impact Emergence previewing the show. Josh Alexander versus Alex Shelley for the Impact World Championship. Jordan Grace versus Mia Yim for the Impact Knockouts World Championship. Also tonight, following Blunt Impact and Impact on Access TV, True Hill Heat Sports, we're going to do our NFC East preview. We got a star-studded cast of contributors joining us. Seahawk from PW Torch, as well as Sirius XM Sports colleague is going to be on there. Romeo's bringing out all the big stars for that. And then tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be here live for Friday Night Warriors number 11 with SmackDown, Impact Emergence, and AEW Rampage. And I'll be back on the channel for True Hill Heat 188 this Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. Myself and Top Guy JJ versus Miss Chrissy Love and Stephanie Hypes of Servant Face and Heel in our women's fantasy draft. We're going to draft the best women's roster. And yes, me and Top Guy JJ is taking home the win. Root for us, Jimmy. Root for us.
I do. You know, remember you guys took Go Baker number 1 in some draft however long ago? How long ago does that seem? How far away does that seem? These bums ruined Go Baker.
I'll still never forgive Top Guy JJ for that. Never forgive him for that. Yes, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, the True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been AEWramble number 55.